VOA Learning English, this is the Technology Report. Most people spend little time thinking about the act of walking, but millions of people around the world are not able to walk, not even one step. Now, a new wearable robot may change that. Bob Emilio leads a basketball team called the Freewheelers. His players are unable to walk. They use wheelchairs to move around. The Freewheelers play their games in eastern Pennsylvania. But recently, Bob Emilio did something he has not done in 26 years: walk. Before he attempted walking, Bob's physical therapist measured him. They prepared him for a high-tech device that would lift him out of his wheelchair and tell his legs to move. The device is a wearable robot called the Bionic Exoskeleton. People who weigh 100 kilograms or less may be able to wear the exoskeleton. When the therapist touched a button, the exo pushed Bob forward and up. Then battery-powered motors acted as his muscles, forcing his legs to move. Russ Angold is co-creator of the company called Bionics. He says people using the device still put their own weight on their bone structure. The exo, he says, only provides the ability to move. Kevin Olt already uses the device. He says it changed his life by giving him hope where he had none before. The company says everyone who is healthy and has permission from a doctor has walked the first time they wore the exoskeleton. After using the device, Bob Emilio was looking forward to his next walk with his daughter on the day she is to be married. For VOA Learning English, I'm Carolyn Presutti.
Learning English, this is the Technology Report. North Korea is often seen as a poor country, cut off from the world and lacking in new technology. But officials in South Korea have linked North Korea to recent attacks on computers, and they are describing the North's ability to harm computer systems as world-class. South Korea's spy agency made the claims at a meeting with a committee of the South Korean National Assembly. The National Intelligence Service said North Korea has trained what officials are calling a cyber army. The NIS described 7 North Korean hacking organizations and spy networks operating in China and Japan. Hackers seek out and can affect the electronic communications and records of individuals, businesses, and even governments. Seo Song-ki is a South Korean lawmaker and chairman of the Assembly's Intelligence Committee. He says North Korea established its hacking center in China because it has highly developed internet services and the North's activities can be protected there. He says about 1,700 North Korean hackers and 4,200 supporting agents operate in China. In late 2013, South Korea's KBS TV reported an attack on a business that built computer information systems for the South Korean government. Kim Hung Kwang is president of a group called North Korea Intellectuals Solidarity. He says China knows that North Korean hackers launch attacks from inside Chinese territory. He notes that China has never arrested or expelled any North Koreans. He also says that is why it appears North Korea carries out the attacks with China's approval. For VOA Learning English, I'm Laurel Bowman.
From VOA Learning English, this is the Technology Report. The world's largest solar thermal plant was set to begin producing power in the United States at the end of 2013. Wind and energy from the sun are generally considered clean, unlike energy from coal-burning power stations. But environmentalists now worry that too much solar power development could harm the environment. A California company, Bright Source Energy, has been building a huge solar power plant in the Mojave Desert, about 60 kilometers southwest of Las Vegas, Nevada. The plant is called the Ivanpah Solar Electric Generating System. The company planned to deploy 170,000 specially designed mirrors to direct solar energy towards boilers on top of 3 towers. The steam produced in the boilers will drive turbines to make electricity. Joe Desmond works for Bright Source Energy. He says the steam can reach temperatures of more than 260 degrees Celsius. He says the plant can store the sun's thermal energy in the form of molten salt. With stored energy, he says, the power station can produce electricity even when the sun goes down. Environmentalists generally support the idea of solar power, but there are concerns. Lisa Belenke is with a private group called the Center for Biological Diversity. She says environmentalists are worried about the effect of the Ivanpah solar project on the sensitive plant and animal life in the Mojave Desert. That includes birds striking solar equipment or being burned after flying through the intense heat. As solar projects increase, developers and environmentalists are considering what to do to reduce bird deaths. For VOA Learning English, I'm Carolyn Presutti.